During the past 2 decades, people from all walks of life have contributed to the fantastic growth of quarter-mile drag racing. They participate as drivers, car owners, pit crewmen, or as enthusiastic spectators who fill the grandstands. Drag race fans represent every faith, color, and ethnic background in our society, both male and female. Women sometimes participate as drivers, although most join in as mechanics or helpers on a family racing team. Drag racing is the sport of people. There are both amateurs and professionals involved in drag racing. The United States Racing Team is a team of top professional drivers. The background of the 16-man team is varied. Ronnie Socks, a former gas station operator, was President Nixon's special guest at a recent White House reception. Bill Jenkins, a Cornell engineer. Arlen Vanke is a tire test driver for Firestone. Then there is Dick Landy, a successful Los Angeles businessman. And Don Grother, Chrysler performance specialist. World champion Mike Fonz is a former building contractor. Don Carlton, a test driver for Chrysler Corporation, also operates a mobile home park in North Carolina. Another team member, Bill Blanding, is a college professor. Team members race 50 or 60 times each year throughout the USA, driving current model Chevrolet, Plymouth, Dodge, Ford, and American Motors supercars young people identify with. Youth today is a frame of mind rather than the number of one's birthdays. Drag racing can involve a single individual, a partnership, or an entire family, father, mother, sister, brother, and friends. There are old people, young people, short, tall, black and white people, all tied together by one common interest, the automobile. In the pits at any of 30 major races held throughout the United States and Canada each year, manufacturers' representatives offer service, advice, and product information to competitors and visitors to their displays, choosing the right spark plugs, fuel, shifting mechanism, tires, wheels, lubricants, and driveline components is less demanding when factory assistance is available. Being right is necessary for total performance. Unlike most other forms of auto racing, the drag race pit area is open to all. The carnival atmosphere is both meeting place and marketplace. It's a showcase of activity, offering visitors the opportunity to meet the stars, and banners, jackets, caps, and patches adds color to the festivities. Pretty girls, racing queens, and just plain folks make the drag scene. A wide spectrum of our society finds an escape in the world of drag racing. A true family recreation activity involving people and automobiles. The Pied Piperism generated by stars provides a meaningful identification with car, driver, and associated consumer products. Drag racing is exposed through all mediums of communication. There are over 30 publications reporting drag racing. In just 2 decades, drag racing has become a multi-million-dollar sport. The billion-dollar automotive aftermarket industry spends millions of advertising and promotional dollars each year to expose its products to this captive paying audience of youthful Americans. Non-automotive consumer product firms also utilize the drag racing marketplace to display their wares before this trend-setting 13 to 34-year-old consumer. 4 major racing associations sanctioned and insure over 10,000 events, presented at more than 600 drag racing facilities in North America each year. Over 70 million Americans paid admission to attend an auto race in 1971. Nearly one-half that number participated in drag racing. Modern racing facilities utilize space-age operating equipment manned by competent technicians. The latest in safety gear, communications, and creature comforts are employed to serve both competitor and spectator. People in drag racing come from all backgrounds, from the unskilled to the professional. Cars competing in drag racing range from everyday personal transportation vehicles to exotic missiles, often exceeding 235 miles per hour. kings of the sport are the fuel dragsters. They are lightweight tubular chassis machines powered by internal combustion engines developing over 1,500 horsepower. One of the most crowd-pleasing classes is the funny car. Basically a fuel dragster with a fiberglass body resembling current production automobiles, these cars can cover the quarter mile in 6.5 seconds at over 220 miles per hour. The Pro Stock Car is the ultimate in gasoline-burning carbureted Detroit muscle machinery. This category is the most identifiable with a drag race fan. Many fans are very loyal to the brand which they drive. The United States Racing Team is 16 of the most prominent Pro Stock racers in the nation. There are also amateur classes of competition, run at both national and regional events. These cars are classified according to vehicle weight, engine displacement, number of cylinders, and the degree of modification to the engine, chassis, and body. Close to 80% of drag racing activities worldwide are in the amateur category. The only requirements are a car and a driver's license. Each entry undergoes a thorough safety inspection. Then each contestant must qualify to participate, either by winning one of over 100 classes through round-robin side-by-side elimination sprints or low elapsed time qualifying races. Occasionally, the heat of competition becomes an obstacle for even the most seasoned driver. This driver escaped uninjured when his machine rolled over during a qualifying attempt. Thanks to rigid safety requirements, drag racing ranks among the lowest in professional athletic accidents. Mile for mile, drag racing is hundreds of times safer than taking a Sunday drive in the country. Once qualified, contestants are matched in pairs and run off in round-robin fashion to determine finalists. The overall winner of the professional eliminator category may win as much as $20,000 for one day's efforts. Total cash and merchandise awards at major races often exceed $250,000. At any regional or local event, an amateur competitor may race for a trophy, a merchandise award, or a small cash purse, hoping someday to win a big one and become a professional. Drag racing is a marketplace, a major recreational activity, and a source of family entertainment that leaves little time or resources for its participants to get into difficulty. The drag scene is a paradox of the rather disturbing happenings in our daily headlines. Drag racing is perhaps the only real American pastime that requires only an interest in automobiles for one to qualify as both enthusiast and participant. In today's on-the-go world, it's hard to avoid the automobile. It's become a common denominator. Drag racing is the natural combination of man's competitive nature and the automobile.
Derby morning. Is uninjured, but there is not much left of a funny car. A ride on a roll bar. The driver is out and unhurt, but what a headache. How to make a rail job out of a funny car.